corner, taking on Issa Salem in the red corner.
Maysara taking the center straight away, but eats a big leg kick.
Maysara, just as they were being announced, he was just jumping. The athleticism, he was almost, I mean, he's 165 centimeters, yet he almost jumped with his hits to the top of the cage. It's phenomenal power.
Phil, as you referenced, we are seeing that side stance, but the counter to that is known. It's to kick that calf.
Yes, coming from that southpaw stance as well. That lead leg is wide open. Should Issa try and light it up?
Trying to get a read, trying to get a tell from Maysara Mohamed.
Out for the big body kick from Maysara.
So switched on. You just look into his eyes, Phil. Maysara is absolutely in the moment.
To have gauge of the distance very quickly in the fight, gentlemen.
Maysara trying to ease that right lead foot to the outside of his opponent's foot. That'll set up the straight, and it will set up a liver kick.
Body a little bit as Maysara.
Circling to the left, Issa Salem doing the right thing away from that power hand. Oh, there's a straight left down the middle, Kirik.
All set up by keeping your lead foot on the outside of your opponent's lead foot. That's what they're jockeying for here. Each fighter wants to be in the outside. That brings his best tools into play.
There's that kick to the outside leg. The lead leg there of Maysara Mohamed. Tentative opening, minute 40 seconds between these two.
Tentative, but Maysara having the more effective strikes thus far.
And for Maysara really has seemed to be to try and chew up the lead leg of his opponent.
And there's the charge. You knew Issa was going to try it, but
winging shots, gentlemen.
Met with fire. Big kick to the body. Now he's got hold of that leg.
And he finished the single. Can he run the pipe on it? Goes up high. Needs to be wary of the neck here.
Oh, has both
Very
legs.
flagrant cage grab there by Maysara.
Salem trying to take that base away.
Balance being shown here by Maysara.
Phenomenal balance and strength.
Maysara is a superior athlete, and he's down!
Oh, that's a huge dump takedown.
Wow, I thought that arm might have been in trouble as it came out straight.
Be wary of potential triangle here, but Maysara really needs to turn in, or else Salem's going to find himself in that dominant position, offside control.
Salem, and we've already given a nod to his accolades as far as Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, claiming that title at just 17 years of age, the national championships in Iraq. Heavy inside control, just slowly trying to maintain position and improve it.
We need to see a little bit more movement here from Maysara. He was essentially flat backing there, but what he needs to do is get onto his far hip and try and work back in for the likes of the half guard of the guard.
He says Salem wants to be a little more aggressive too. Grappling, you can wait for your opponent to make a mistake.
Oh, that's a beautiful transition into the
What a back take.
I'm going to go as far as saying liquid jiu-jitsu there, gentlemen. He just moved with his opponent so beautifully, set the hooks.
Oh, he has the hooks deep in, methodically working. And Maysara is probably in the deepest waters of his mixed martial arts career right now. Just trying to stuff the hand down. He may even be trying to stuff that hand down to trap it with his own leg.
Yeah, he fought Mohamed Gamal for 3 hard rounds, got victory in the 3rd round of that, and was in some bad spots, but nothing like this early on when they're still dry as well, Phil.
Just creeping that hand underneath the neck. And whilst it might not be flush underneath the neck, he could be getting the face crank here.
It's
at
a
the
face crank,
bar.
gentlemen, it is.
And we have seen many a man tap to the pressure of a face crank.
And you look at the level of the grappling he's got. He's not doing huge movements. He's slowly working to improve that position and try and engage that choke.
Not unlike a python with his prey.
Oh, now that might be under.
Oh, that looks deep. He's trying to fight the top hand.
Issa Salem looking for victory here in his bro.
Not having any luck.
That's on the chin. Couldn't tell if that was on his bicep either. Now trying to make the adjustment, feeding those fingers.
Oh, but now that's slowly getting a little bit deeper. That looks like it's underneath the chin now, gentlemen. Has it right behind the neck as well. That's beautiful arm placement.
I think it's over.
Oh, is he merely just denying the inevitable?
You can see Maysara trying to find a way to survive, but the grip gets tighter and tighter. Again, he adjusts. Now he's on the side. He may survive this.
You have to give credit to the heart and staying power.
Wow.
He survived it.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Oh, he swapped to the other side. He switched that grip to the other side, but now can he put his palms together?
Has he got enough time?
Wow. Round ends.
And that was phenomenal. Just survival there from Maysara. It looked deep, Phil.
It looked like he was going out if he didn't tap, but it was underneath the chin. Then switched the grip to another deep rear naked choke. There you see the opening stanzas of the round where it was Maysara kind of leading the dance in the opening stanza. But then as soon as it hit the mat, Brian, jiu-jitsu for days.
Jiu-jitsu for days, and this was the big takedown, Kirik.
Air Iraq now landing on Runway Brave.
Let's look again. That arm came out. I thought that was a possible injury coming down there, but
We don't know, that arm still could be compromised moving into a second round, gentlemen.
It could well be. We often get soft tissue and even joint damage from takedowns. It's not immediately apparent until the following round.
survival was the name of the game at the end of that first round for Maysara. And I said it before, the last fight I watched with him with Mohamed Gamal, he was under a lot of pressure. 2 rounds, he, for me, convincingly lost. And it was the 3rd round, he was still in the fight. No quit in that fight. And again, he proved that at the end of round number 1, gentlemen.
Dangerous game plan to play, try and outlast your opponent.
Psychologically, that may have been just a little difficult for Issa Salem. I believed he had the fight finished. He may well have too. To have his opponent get out can't be a good feeling.
That's a great point there, Kirik, because there is that adrenaline dump if you think you've got that victory.
You pour everything you have into that squeeze.
So we are underway. Round number 2. Maysara in the blue corner, Issa Salem in the red.
Maysara again taking the center of the cage.
Massive differences in the 2 worlds. Maysara standing looks so much more dangerous, but on the ground, as he said, jiu-jitsu for days for Issa Salem.
Issa Salem needs to be wary of circling into that power side, that power kick of Maysara. That's a good shot to the liver.
Let's say as well, Salem a little bit labouring in his movement. Some deep breaths.
As you've alluded to, that could be the adrenaline dump of thinking that you had the round finished.
Not to mention the forearms get tight. That squeeze for a long time obviously is tough on the brain, but the brain recovers. The forearms don't always.
Lactic acid is not your friend, and this time he's circling to that power hand. He's got to be careful. Also that high kick from Maysara.
Yeah, there's potential there for a huge left kick if he's not smart.
Look at how fresh Maysara is as well. He looks absolutely phenomenal, to say he was in complete survival mode for the last 1.5 minutes of that first round.
Oh, big left.
Nice
Working
work
the
at the
body
body
beautifully.
Mixing it up. Oh, look at that high kick.
Leader hook kick, absolutely sumptuous.
Low kick likely to follow now.
Oh, he's picking up the pace.
Oh, he lost him a little bit.
1-2 down the middle. Now Salem looking for the takedown, trying to fight back. He gets caught again, Phil.
Salem shook his head, and in mixed martial arts, we usually know that means, yes, you caught me.
Back sweep, scramble.
But it would be within the interest of Maysara to back off right now. You're having a distinct advantage in the standing. Keep it at standing range. Land your strikes. Don't get taken down.
And there's a smile in the eyes of Maysara. That hook kick was beautiful. Just clipped the chin there. Then the 1-2 wobbled Salem.
And that looked very laboured from Salem.
This will be a tale of 2 sides.
Snapping leg kick.
Maysara doing a beautiful job of going high and low in body, coming in from the outside, left, right, and center. It's absolutely beautiful striking to watch.
When you talk about that striking, Phil, it's the range he keeps, and that's the important thing. You cannot let Salem get that lead leg, pick it up and take him down again. And he's executing that beautifully right now in round number 2.
What he's doing so well with his hands is he's keeping them at a relatively low stance, so they're kind of out of the peripheral vision of his opponents, so they're popping up from strange angles.
Salem just biding his time when he can try and make some sort of contact and get it back down onto the mat. But 3 minutes have gone in round number 2. 2 minutes left.
Issa Salem starting to look a little bit fatigued. He was shaking out the arms there.
That again might be down to the squeeze, that lactic acid going through the biceps, the forearms of Issa Salem in that first round. Oh, and big left hook. Nice movement, that lateral movement going one way then the other, but Salem trying to find the way to push this against the cage.
2 big shots, takedown defended.
High clinch as well here, Kirik.
Phenomenal job by Issa Salem to simultaneously control the inside and strike.
That's a huge shot.
Big knee right in front of a shoulder. Look at these little shoulder shots.
The frequency and diversity of the shots being landed here. And then a big, heavy sprawl.
Heavy sprawl, and he needs it as well. 1 minute 10 left.
You can disengage and circle off again and get the fight back into the open forum of the center of the cage. Could very much be his for the taking.
And bounces on his feet as if to say, keep it coming.
Standing side on again, maybe looking for another one of those oblique kicks.
Salem will just be asking questions and questions of himself right now. How do I make contact? How do I avoid damage? How did I not finish him? Oh, big hooks coming in. I think we'll have to have an MRI scan on Maysara to see if his carotid artery is actually in his neck.
What Issa Salem wants to do is throw a 1 or a 1-2, and fighting in the exact same thing from his opponent, level change and get on the hips. He is not winning this fight right now.
How loose does Maysara Mohamed look right now?
Powerful, accurate, and also it's just the vocabulary of strikes he's laying out there. There's no one combination is the same.
Loose fight, accurate, powerful, and happy. That is a happy fighter we're looking at.
Now he's got some swag going back to his corner. Completely different round there, Phil.
Yeah, completely. The night and day, the darkness and the light between the two rounds was absolutely crazy. If Maysara keeps the fight at the distance, at the range that he's comfortable with, he will land his strikes, and it feels like it's only a matter of time if he does that before he lands a fight-ending strike. You have to give Issa Salem credit for absorbing quite a few of those strikes, which would have put lesser men on their back.
Oh, without a doubt. And just talk us through some of this, Kirik. Some excellent clinch work.
Looking at the fight overall thus far, I believe each fighter may well be up one round. No question whatsoever. Maysara Mohamed won that last round. The first round was a little bit closer, but I do believe they're up 1 round each, 19-19. That means whoever wins this round wins this fight. Takes national pride back home.
Iraq versus Egypt. 5 minutes to decide which flag will fly high inside the Brave cage here at Brave 48. At Arad Fort. Look at the scenery, the setting for this epic battle, and it has been exactly that. Back and forth they go.
Nice little glove touch, showing the sportsmanship that's characteristic of Brave Combat Federation.
Are being the one to put the pressure on his opponent.
About range once again. Can Issa Salem find a way inside those viper-like strikes from Maysara Mohamed? Can Mohamed dictate as he did in round number 2?
When Issa Salem throws punches, he commits to him so hard he's not able to immediately engage in grappling, and it's leaving him in a disadvantage. I think he needs to back off in the power a little bit, loosen up on those shots, and level change and try and get in on the hips, get this fight down to the ground where he's happiest.
Round number 1 in particular, that's final 90 seconds.
And work in the body, and it really is an investment, the work he's done on the body and the legs for this third round, gentlemen.
He sets it up as well. Look at that. He fakes with the jab, then comes over the top. There's always something opening the shot that he wants to land.
Ladies and gentlemen of Brave Nation, it's not always possible to tell through a television screen how hard a blow lands. We are right next to these shots, and they are landing hard.
Work in the body.
Absolutely just teeping to that midsection. He looks loose, and as you said, Kirik, happy. Circling again, using that lateral movement. The clock is against Salem now.
Between that first round and that second round, it's if Maysara's realized what he needs to do, and that's maintain, keep the fight at distance, land his strikes, get his strikes off without being hit, get out of that danger zone of being taken down. And there again, another stamping kick to the leg. I would not want to be trying to walk if I was Issa Salem tomorrow. That's not going to be fun getting out of bed, lads.
I just hope the elevator works in this hotel. Oh, now Salem connecting. But again, the clinch work.
Huge knees in the clinch. Would like to see a little short elbow if possible.
I'm trying to use the cage now to his advantage, but everything is met with.
Loving those little pop elbow punches.
Good work again from Maysara. Instinctive.
Jumping knee. It's almost as if he's had a bet with his mates. He says, I bet you can't land every possible strike in mixed martial arts.
Striking bingo going on back in Egypt.
Oh, well, many a man has a full house right now.
Oh, looking for the drip. Almost gets it. But again, Maysara, and how...
I'd be standing off right now if I was Maysara. Stand off, back off, invite. You don't want your opponent diving in for a leg, diving in for a heel hook.
We are talking about a national jiu-jitsu champion as well.
Phil, I think Maysara just likes to strike too much to wait. We've got the beginnings of a heel hook.
He's setting this up, the knee.
Potential for the
straight footlock, but
yeah,
now
straight footlock underneath the Achilles there.
Great ankle lock.
He's trying to readjust that, trying to get the purchase, pull it back inside, but the
Oh,
knee's
he's
out.
out.
The knee is out. And how frustrating must that be mentally, Kirik? Blood as well coming from the right
A little bit of claret there, yep.
I think huge frustration is what we're seeing here. The choke didn't work. The takedown didn't work. The submission attempt didn't work. The big question now in his mind, in all of our minds, is what's next?
Oh!
Just shy with the spinning heel kick and returns.
Answered!
There, a little smile there, a little wave to the crowd.
Oh, he's having fun in there, isn't he?
Well,
Always nice to see someone enjoying their job, gentlemen.
Issa Salem showing he is still 100% in this fight.
tired though, and again another turning, spinning attack there from Maysara. Loose.
Been it loosey-goosey.
Stepping in, chopping the leg again.
Footwork's reminding me of Bruce Lee versus Chuck Norris in the octagon.
Or me versus Phil on the dance floor.
There is only one winner, Brian Lacey. There can only be one.
In both of your defense, it was St. Patrick's Day.
30 seconds left, gentlemen.
Oh, overhand left coming in. Clock ticking away as Maysara done enough surviving that first round. And then stunning, striking, controlling of the range in rounds 2 and round 3.
That's what I mean. His distance management has been beautiful in the second and third round. He's just evaded marginally the strikes being thrown by Issa Salem.
Anderson Silva-esque as well, backing up against the cage, calling in Salem.
Oh, nice big shot to finish.
Beautiful fight.
Sending the mouthpiece out of Salem's mouth with the final shot. The final insult there, Phil.
Insult to injury is exactly what that was. Mouse shield goes flinging. You hear a Ric Flair-esque woo as he walks away. I think Maysara definitely thinks he's done enough to get this fight in the bag, gentlemen.
Listen, I've been so impressed with this young man, Maysara, and again, I'll say it, the way he survived and won the title
especially
back.
especially after that first round.
Yes, without a doubt. And it's hard to describe to people just how deep that is, and then you can't fight a choke. It's not like you can shake off a punch.
Yeah.
If it's in, it's in, but somehow he found a way to survive.
Gentlemen, I thought that fight was over at the end of the first round. I have to send my apologies out to Maysara Mohamed. Kid, I didn't believe in you. I do now, and I will for the rest of your career.
There you go, a ringing endorsement from Kirik Jeunesse. Get that on your
Walkout t-shirt.
I was going to say on your Instagram, your Facebook, your Tinder, whatever's going down.
So we are set and wait. So we are sitting, waiting for the judges' scorecards to be counted. What talent we've seen so far. Bout number 3 here, Egypt versus Iraq. We are shining a spotlight on Arabian MMA, and these lads have done it absolutely proud.
Only question in my mind right now is it 30-27 or is it 29-28?
Wait,
one way we're going to find out. And that's because the Roaring Lion has walked into the cage to give us the official announcement.
All right, Brave Nation, another incredible battle inside the Brave CF48 Arabian Night Cage. After 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges score the bout. 29-28 for your winner by unanimous decision. Out of the blue corner, Maysara Mohamed!
There we have it, 29-28, staying undefeated, Maysara Mohamed.
Compilation. This fight is 3 5-minute rounds in the bantamweight division. Introducing your first warrior. Fighting out of the blue corner. This man's a mixed martial artist with a perfect professional record of 5 wins and no losses. He stands 169 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 59.5 kilograms. Representing Hero Academy and fighting out of Alexandria, Egypt. Put your hands together for Maysara Mohamed. And his opponent, fighting out of the right corner. This man's a mixed martial artist with a record of 12 wins and 3 losses. He stands 178 centimeters tall and weighs a ready 61.7 kilograms. Representing IJJ, Ultimate MMA, and BFC Gym, and fighting out of Bangalore, India. Please welcome Mohamed Shaheen Farhad. Your referee is the Vanilla Gorilla, Aaron Wallace.
Big thanks to our hospitality partner, Wyndham Garden Manama. I consider Bahrain to be my second home, and my home in my second home is Wyndham Garden Manama.
The Vanilla Gorilla, once again, your man in the middle. #1 bantamweight in India versus the #1 flyweight in Egypt. 5-0 versus 12-3.
Beautiful little side kick to the knee on the part of our fighter from Egypt, Maysara Mohamed.
Farhad much more experienced on the international stage. Nice and calm, trying to get off with those leg kicks, showing that Muay Thai background. Changing levels well, kick to the leg, kick to the body. Wasn't quite on court with the hands yet. Little fake of the knee to try and elicit a reaction from Maysara.
That lead side kick to the knee you can find in self-defense manuals from the 1910, 1920s. Only recently has been widely adopted in mixed martial arts. It can be not just effective, but vicious.
Solid leg kick from Maysara Mohamed. Push kick to the knee.
That side kick was just a little bit too low. If you hit on the kneecap itself, it can actually hurt your foot. You want to hit just above it, half an inch or so above that kneecap.
Fakes with the hands coming up top. Maysara leading the dance a little bit here, but it's almost as if Farhad is just waiting to uncork a big right hand here.
Farhad clearly getting some tells, getting some reads, trying to download knowledge about his opponent, but he's got to start using them because he is falling behind slightly on the judges' scorecards.
Parlays a kick into a spinning back kick. Both men keeping a low stance. Neither one seems interested in clinching with a takedown right now. Interestingly, neither man has a win on their ledger by submission. They like to get it done on the feet, and if you have knockout power...
Beautiful straight right hand.
If you have knockout power with these tiny 4-ounce gloves.
So I was alluding to earlier, Phil, when I said he's getting a lot of reads here. He's getting tells. He's learning what his opponent does at certain points, and then he's trying to take advantage of him with that big right hand. Maysara Mohamed got a big straight of his own. He's got it cocked by his jaw.
Game plan of Maysara Mohamed seems to be to attack that lead leg, particularly the knee of Farhad.
Attacking that knee joint, if it injures the joint, great, that's a win. It also allows you to maintain distance, keep your opponent where you can set up that high round kick off your back leg.
It also takes the pop out of the step. As we know, Farhad's so good at changing and covering distance quickly. You take the knee out, you won't be able to be as quick to the punch, as sharp.
Maysara showing, as you referred to earlier, a little bit of a karate stance, a little bit of a taekwondo stance, not setting down fully on his shots. It means they don't hit quite as hard, but it definitely increases the likelihood of them landing.
No rush or impetuousness on the point, or on the part of Farhad at the moment.
Both these fighters can knock the other one out in a split second. If either of them shows any impetuosity, it could end in a split second.
That's great. Oh, nice shot got through there from Maysara. Little nod of acknowledgement from Farhad. Always has that big right hand in the locker, lands it beautifully.
Very impressive. Suffered a three-punch combination, one of which hit. Delivered a three-punch combination, one of which hit. If Maysara's side kicks, that lead leg, start to bother Mohamed Farhad, he simply needs to circle a little bit.
Nice
that kick is no longer there when you circle around.
Nice little check kick from Maysara, caught Farhad coming in. Minute to go in the opening round of what's been a tentative affair for the most part, but both men have landed big shots.
Little interesting psychological wrinkle. They're actually staring at each other's eyes. Ordinarily, in a fight, you stare at what's called the T. There's a line, a line between the point of the shoulders, right down the middle of the body. There's a letter T right there. I don't want to say you stare at it, but you're aware it's there. These two are looking at each other straight in the eye, silently daring each one to attack.
Maysara doing the right thing by not standing in the pocket and getting into a firefight with Maysara. He's feeling himself a little bit now. Keeping everything in kicking range is Maysara Mohamed.
Very exciting mix, very, very unusual, but nevertheless intelligent strategy here. Distance managed by a brutal side kick to the knee, set up exciting head kicks. Little acknowledgement on the part of Mohamed Farhad of his opponent. It was a respectful acknowledgement, just a nod, little tap of the hand.
I'm liking what I'm seeing as far as game planning and distance management from Maysara Mohamed. As I said, the last thing he wants to do is stand in the pocket, stand within punching distance of Mohamed Farhad, who, as we say, does have so many knockout TKO victories on his ledger.
If you were to play Judge Phil, which of course neither of us aren't, who would you give 10, who would you give 9?
Again, a very close round, but for the frequency of attacks and the accumulative damage, the push kicks to the knees, the spinning attempts, the counter shots landed, I would say for me, and again, I am not a judge by any stretch of the imagination, Maysara Mohamed just edged it for me ever so slightly.
I agree completely, and we're getting a little treat of that on our Green Hill replay. Replay over. Round 2 is on in moments. Gates closed, fighters ready.
Expect to see a little bit more urgency from Mohamed Farhad, trying to get in those low kicks. Just as I say that, throws a leg kick. Chance of let's go Egypt starting to rattle through the crowd a little bit.
Maysara maybe letting his opponent get just a little close. There it was.
Nice, just clipped the chin.
Maysara just an inch too close, allowing his opponent just an inch too close, just a little too confident.
Perhaps got a little bit too comfortable there. Farhad as yet hasn't chosen to close the distance and get into that danger zone.
Both fighters, of course, capable of intricate wrestling games, intricate submission games. But right now they are intent, man-to-man, on seeing who's the better striker.
Maysara Mohamed has held multiple regional titles in his native Egypt. Trying to put it all together now. You can see that he has that professional K1 boxing experience.
Maysara's back's a little too close to that fence.
Yeah, you like to see him implement some lateral movement, kind of skirt on the outside, along the outside, as opposed to backtracking up to it. Putting together strikes well. Which just comes so quickly. And I think bantamweight seems to be a much better fit here for Maysara Mohamed. Interestingly, though, it's Farhad in on the takedown.
Little change of pace here with big results.
We did not see this coming. Big takedown, huge fence grab.
Oh, we're going to get a stern warning for the fingers inside the fence.
The referee, Aaron Wallace, was not happy about that. Yes, the takedown was completed, but it stalled the momentum of the takedown a little bit. What we were going to see was a big dump takedown, but what we saw was the impact being lessened from the fence grab, which allowed Maysara Mohamed to get back up a little easier.
Be very interesting to see where this fight has started from.
See
restarted from standing.
There you see, and it just takes a little impact out of it. Right back into the action. Maysara going back to the well with that low kick, and what that little push kick to the knee does, it kind of puts a little tick in the mind of Mohamed Farhad, thinking that that's coming, which then gives credence to the level changing, going up with the strikes.
Same thing with that little feint of an outside single.
Showing the uppercut to try and elicit a reaction, turns it into the straight. Isn't far away when he's going to the head with that kick.
I think Mohamed Farhad should have pulled the trigger when he saw that back exposure.
Pawing with the jab, and right now Farhad still trying to figure out the puzzle that is Maysara Mohamed.
His karate-based style is very unusual for mixed martial arts. It does take a while to get the hang of.
Oh, beautiful counter shot there again. So that's what happens when Farhad tries to get in and close that distance. He gets clipped with that lead counter hook. I would like to see Maysara follow that up with a straight. Again, just pings him with that counter hook. That lead hook is absolute money for Maysara Mohamed. Again, if he were to follow that up with a cheeky little straight right down the pipe, who knows what kind of a result that could have. If anything, it's Maysara Mohamed who's been turning up the work rate a little bit in the second round.
I think he edged it out in the first round. That may have given him a degree of confidence, lent him a little more fire for round two.
Yeah, giving him that little bit of a bump to think, yeah, I deserve to be in here with somebody like Mohamed Farhad. Just to pick those hands up a little bit. It's great to be confident, it's not great to be arrogant. Throwing feints again, just trying to keep Mohamed Farhad where he wants him, to let him know that should he charge in, a shot waiting in the chamber.
Couple of times in this bout.
Oh, there's that big
straight left hand.
Oh, he's
it's
out,
over.
that's it!
It's over, that's it!
Ladies and gentlemen, Maysara Mohamed with the biggest win of his mixed martial arts career, knocks out the knockout artist we were calling for in commentary. The hook followed up by the straight. When he does it with fight-ending precision, big win.
Let's look at this one a second time. Boom, there it is. Straight left hand. Reminds me just a little bit of who, Phil? Friend of Brave Combat Federation, Conor McGregor. Beautiful straight left out of that southpaw stance.
Absolutely
concussive
gorgeous.
Force landing on the cheek.
And just Farhad was out right there. Well, not out, but he was completely dazed. Referee Aaron Wallace giving Mohamed Farhad every opportunity to continue in the fight. Forced to stop the action. Maysara Mohamed moves to 6-0 with his 4th win by a KO or TKO. And obviously, the move up to bantamweight has paid dividends for Maysara Mohamed. I think he may have found a new home here.
Phil, it's one of the things I love to see. The scourge of mixed martial arts is the culture of extreme weight cutting. It's the fight before the fight. It's a fight that leaves athletes so they often can barely walk just over 24 hours before the actual fight. I'd like to see the end of extreme weight cutting in mixed martial arts, seeing fighters move up and do even better. It just warms my heart. We're getting a call for a title shot here.
now he's going to be a very interested spectator during the Hamza Kouedzi-Brad Katona fight. Quite possibly the very best version of Maysara Mohamed we have seen, and at only 23 years of age, the sky is the limit for this young man.
There used to be a misconception, Phil, that those karate-style punches didn't have enough pop on them to work in the mixed martial arts cage. Like all martial arts, they have to be tweaked, they have to be modified to work under mixed rules, but that punch works.
Maysara Mohamed just taking in the adulation of the crowd. Celebrating with his coaches, and as I say, who knows what's next for this young man? Referee Arm Wallace calling him into the center. Carlos Kramer is ready to give the official decision.
Trying to get the fighters to center stage. So the big man, Carlos Kramer, the Los, the roaring lion of Brave, can make it official for all of us.
All right, Brave Nation, another incredible battle inside the Brave CF 57 cage. This comes to an end at 4 minutes and 31 seconds of the very second round. Your winner by TKO, Maysara Mohamed.
Maysara taking a slightly bladed stance, moving in and out very wisely, attacking that lead leg with a side kick. Incredible speed shown by Maysara so far.
Coming out of that southpaw position, it always takes an opponent just a little bit longer, but we're seeing southpaw versus southpaw here, which is a very, very interesting dynamic, because the likelihood is that neither fighter has had a lot of southpaws to train with here.
It is a relatively small percentage of the population. I personally hate teaching them because everything's backwards.
Hey, whoa, steady on.
We're seeing excellent low. Ooh! I was about to say we're seeing excellent low attacks from Maysara, and he comes up high with a hook kick. That was not by accident, Brave Nation. That was by design. Maysara is playing with a distance between the two fighters. He's using those kicks to stay exactly where he wants, and he's going to take nasty shots from the outside like you saw right there.
A multiple-time Egyptian national MMA champion who also has professional K1 experience. You can see the striking of Maysara is just that little level above. What can Peñales do to stem the tide a little bit? But oh, nice knee. Oh, big shot.
Dropped
right
him,
down the
and
middle.
it's it. It's over.
That is the straight left that has caused so many people to enter dreamland.
Woo! What a knockout.
Maysara Mohamed remains undefeated. Now it's 7-0-1, no contest. 5 wins by a KO or TKO, and Carrington has talked us through that beautiful finish.
There it is. There are TKOs and KOs in MMA, Brave Nation. A TKO is when a fighter does not want to continue. A KO is when he cannot. He is insensate. He is unconscious, and that's what we're seeing right there. That was not an accident. That was planned beautifully. Incredible distance management. Side kicks from the outside over and over and over again. Mixed in with a little oblique kicks, allowed him to set the distance, and then boom, that southpaw straight came in, and it was lights out. You're very disappointed. Duel being attended to now. He may well have a broken nose. But the good news is, he's already awake and standing under his own control. Momentarily stunned, the two fighters embraced. Any hard feelings they had are now long gone. They worked it out in the cage. The legend, Rolando D, talking in his corner, offering congratulations to his opponent. One of the countless beautiful things about mixed martial arts is our tradition. It's for the winning and losing corner, of course, being consoled by their own coaches or cheered, but they also talk to the opposite one.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Declan Larkin, has called a halt to the action at 1 minute and 25 minutes of the very first round. Declaring your winner, fighting under the red corner, Maysara Mohamed!